The Obama administration has changed my life. Now, I know it's the government, so of course it's changed all of our lives, but this goes far beyond policy implementation. Joe Biden has shown me the power of vulnerability and resilience. A man that has lost so much, using his experience to champion others who have been through such pain. His love of ice cream resonates with my own, as does his passion for standing by survivors of sexual assault. Joe Biden put campus assault on the government's map, something that was long overdue and desperately needed. His passion to find new cures for old diseases comes from a place of incredible loss and pain and courageous hope. The way Joe has dedicated his life to service to our country, from when he was a little boy in Scranton, struggling with a stutter at the hands of bullies, to now a loving grandfather trying to make our country a better place for his grandchildren, he is inspiring beyond words. Michelle Obama has taken every bit of racism thrown at her with grace and pride. She is brilliant, there is no denying that. And our president wouldn't have been the leader that he was without her by his side as his partner. An advocate for children and their health, she has put healthy eating, food deserts, and regular exercise back onto the radars of our country. A healthier population means longer, fuller lives, lower healthcare costs, and happier families. She understands the complexity of these issues, recognizing that circumstance is so often outside the control of the individual, that being poor is expensive, and that socioeconomic status and health are so intricately and intimately linked. As a woman, she's shown me the power of my femininity, that I am so much more than my nice arms, but that I can show those off too. And Barack Hussein Obama may be my favorite feminist. He has led this country with vulnerable masculinity, crying in public many, many times, and showing us that emotions are not weakness, but strength. Even our nation's biggest tragedies have been moments of action for him, trying to prevent the next one while grieving and reflecting on lives lost. He is our first leader who has acknowledged the urgency and importance of climate change as the greatest challenge of our lives. He saw science and believed it, taking concrete action to make sure the Earth is a safe home for generations to come. He recognized that killing our world is its own form of genocide and that we cannot idly stand by. Obama valued a right to life over a right to guns, taking the first real action towards a healthcare safety net in the United States. The ACA has already saved countless lives, especially those struggling with treatable diseases. No longer will someone have to go homeless to afford their cancer treatment or die because they can't afford their heart surgery. No longer will so many older individuals commit suicide because of the burden they bring on their family. Not only will care be readily available, but mental health care will be widely available to those who most need it for the first time in our nation's history. Obama stood up for bodily autonomy. He upheld Roe v. Wade, allowing women access to safe abortions, keeping our women alive and healthy and out of the back alleys. He supported comprehensive fact-based sexual health education and wider access to affordable birth control, bringing our abortion rates down to the lowest they have ever been since Roe v. Wade. He supported the lives that did come into our world, upholding social programs that allow people to live without fear in day-to-day life. Obama recognized the humanity in others, seeing our illegal immigrants as desperate people taking incredible risks to live a life worth living. He gave the children of those immigrants a chance to stay in the only home they had ever known. He recognized that even though his responsibility is to look out for the American people, no life is inherently more important or valuable than another. Obama changed his opinions on LGBT+ rights and marriage equality, coming to support them and lighting up the White House rainbow. He encouraged a generation of smart, hardworking kids by holding up artistic and scientific accomplishment as something to aspire to, not to put down. Obama did all of this and so much more while being a black man married to a black woman with his black kids in a white house built by slaves. He did all of this while facing unbelievable racism and partisan politics often driven by a racial bias. He did all of this while being from Chicago, knowing his people were disproportionately incarcerated, often for nonviolent drug crimes driven by poverty and a broken education system. He did all of this while being a role model for young black people everywhere, and for me too. Barack Obama shot marshmallow guns, laughed with babies, took our troops out of Iraq, supported our allies, made the world's best dad jokes, and ensured that the earth would be a safe home for the future. He did all of this while only being human. He did all of this while giving us hope. Thank you to the Obama administration. You have made me realize my worth and my power. You have taught me to take my adversity and turn it into fuel for my fire. You have shown me compassion. You changed my life and you raised me, and for that I will never be able to thank you enough. Yes, we can. Yes, we did. Yes, we will. Here's to fighting the good fight, to being on the right side of history, to making the moral arc of the universe bend towards justice. Thanks, Obama.